This is the latest news about Ison. From my vision, I will state as plainly and quick as I can. Before the meteors begin to fall in great numbers on this planet Earth, what we will see and what we will hear as a sign in the heavens, in our upper atmosphere, will be great thunders. And these thunders I believe to be caused by highly reactive meteorites or some type of material from the comet or meteorites. I'm not sure which one, but I know that when they react with the atmosphere, with the magnetic shield that's around our Earth, it will be a violent explosion, and there will be billions, hundreds of billions of these particles hitting up there that cause these explosions, and they're so massive in energy output that there are what is known as the thunderbolts. A thunderbolt. Now I'll try to understand what a shock wave can do. When you have what is called an earth bolt, or an earth jolt, or an earth shock wave, it can happen when two materials, materials meaning some element that's a material form, it hits something else, and then meteorite or meteor that's not a reactive meteorite, it makes it all the way to the ground and it hits something. And the shock wave, if you look on some of those videos of YouTube, you can see the shock wave of the one that just hit recently in Russia. Knocked over some cars, it busted windows out, it threw people across buildings, it pulled people's hair out, it knocked people's skin, some of their skin, it tore their skin, and that's just a shock wave from a fast-moving meteor hitting something, like the ground, hitting something solid. These meteors I'm referring to will explode in the upper atmosphere, and hundreds of billions of times will sound like a symphony of thunders, and thunderbolts will come down as an energy form. They will hit stuff. They will do worse than what you've seen in those videos that happened in Russia. If they hit a person, the people's heart will fail them. They will not be able to even know that they have been hit. It will be so instantaneous. Their life will be lost instantly, a painless death, completely painless, in an instant, from the thunderbolt. If it hits certain buildings, depending upon how close it is, the shock wave can knock buildings down, can knock trees down. It will travel as an energy signature, a sound wave, a thunderbolt will travel through the earth. And this is the other part. It will travel through the earth. Now try and remember what I'm telling you. It will travel through the earth to the core of the earth. And much of what you saw happen with Comet Ison and Mars, and not only Ison, but that dwarf sun that was in front of Ison. And so these powers, these energies, energized Mars into a way to where it made Mars have a more super energized atmosphere. Mars actually developed an atmosphere. So what it will do to the Earth, if it comes closer to us again, and its particles, if any of them, even micronic particle size, build in our atmosphere, it will increase the energy signature of our planet. And what that will do with the thunderbolts I'm telling you about is supercharge the core of the Earth. The Earth will then have to give that energy back away from its center into the high frequency deposits of crystals that are deep inside the Earth's structure. From those structures, when they let go of their charge back up into the upper atmosphere, it will look like one of the volcanoes that they took a picture of, it, red lightning shooting out the top of the volcano and going up into the heavens, and it's called ground lightning. It comes out of the ground and it goes toward the heavens. That will happen all over the Earth. There will be ground lightning. There will be multiple lightning strikes in the midst of thunderbolts. and the thunderbolts will increase to the point as that energy bounces back and forth until the very foundations that hold the sea and land level that are known now as the modern continents and the oceans, it will literally pull those, and when the foundations break that pull those, or excuse me, when the foundations break that are holding the fixed position of the continents, then parts of them shall drop to the sea level. And the ocean, when that happens, part of the ocean that was sea level will be pushed up in places that was almost like a mountain. And so the ocean will be roaring in places and come onto the inland, from 1 million up to 500,000 miles to 50,000 miles in various places. The volcanoes will explode out as Earth is sort of giving birth, in a sense, and these birth pains, the smoke from the volcanoes will go up into the sky much more forcibly than they did the first time Ison passed. And then, only then, at the time that the sky starts to disappear, you won't be able to see the blue sky because of all the ash in the atmosphere, the upper atmosphere. At that point, the meteors will begin to fall through the smoke, so they will be hard to see. You must pray to the All God. You must pray. I suggest that you pray in the name of the Messiah. Zaza. Zaza means the word. Zaza Ta'al means the word with God. Try and be spiritual. This is not religion. This is not a cult. This is not me using something to make fear. I'm just preparing you for the mind form to understand that this age is coming to a close, and another one is going to begin. And try to understand what will happen. I will say as much as I can in some other videos to follow this one. I at least keep this under 8 minutes. As of all the best to you, the God, and Zaza the way, the Messiah, the Word of God.